Hello, everybody. Good evening. Rose here. Tonight, I'm covering Foodie Beauty's live stream called Ugghh. So this was something she did 23 hours ago. When Foodie was doing this live stream, I was waiting for her to finish and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. This live stream went on for almost 5 hours. And the bad part about Foodie's live streams when they go on for an extremely long time is that the live chat portion of her streams always take the longest to fully process. So she was doing the stream. I was waiting for her to finish so that the chat part would show up. And by the time it did, I was just so tired that I just went to bed. But I wanted to cover at least part of this live stream. I'm not going to go over every single second. There's really no need. As I said, this live stream was almost 5 hours. And on top of this live stream, I also wanted to cover the community post that Foodie did after her fashion show, where she was raging at Monty, she was raging at FFG, she was raging at the reaction channels. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what I see. And there's Foodie. So before we get into her stream, where she said something very interesting that I'm going to get to, that I'm almost at that part right now. It's something that was curious. Let's go over her community post. We're not going to read the responses to it. I'm just going to read it and give my thoughts, and we'll move on to the live stream because there's just a lot to go over. So in her post, she says, at Stories from the Internet, I've asked you not to replay my stream, so next time you replay my entire stream, sniping or not, I will copyright strike you, as this is not fair use. Quit being a creep and stop stealing content. Same goes for anybody doing this. I will be following up soon. If you have some important criticism or transformative material to provide, then fine. No need to play my entire stream. Stop being lazy like you hypocritically claim me to be and do some editing. As for FFG, final words on her showing up at the event. From now on, I will not announce where I will go. I did not appreciate her publishing her video before mine. This is disrespectful, as she knew I was excited and about it, and I guess she and her fans think it's funny to crash it. But then I'm the bad person. I could have easily asked her to be escorted out, but I was a good sport. I was uncomfortable at first. I did not appreciate her making fun of bigger individuals when the event was to promote body positivity. And in the future, I will have these people removed from such events. It is sad that something supposed to be so positive has to have to be crapped on by someone so miserable, but in the end, that's on her. I will continue to try not to rage and allow these horrible people too much space in my head. At the end of the day, I was the one in the fashion show, and FFG was there as a mega fan. And yes, I am posting this now because I am just seeing the full extent of her post regarding the event. This will not happen in the future. Lesson learned, once again, to keep my mouth shut. So that is the really long post that Foodie made. You can always tell when she's upset because she will do these really long novel length posts. So here are my thoughts on her post. So let's start with her comments about Monty and the other reactors. So Foodie, listen, you keep switching the goalpost around. You keep switching things around. We can't keep up with you. 1 minute, you're raging at us for reacting to you at all, regardless if it's a live stream or a video, or if we do editing to the video or stream sniping. You rage at us and say you're going to throw strikes out, right? You got a problem with that. Then you say, well, you can react to me. Just wait until my stream is over. Don't snipe me. As long as you don't snipe me, as long as you let me do my stream, I'm okay with it. Now you're saying anybody who reacts to you, you're going to throw strikes at. You got to pick a lane, Foodie. You have to pick a lane. Like, what's going on over there? Like, you got to pick a lane. You just have to. You can't tell the reactors what to do, whether they can stream snipe you or not. They're going to react to you, whether it's through a live stream, stream sniping your streams, or doing an edited video. it's still transformative. If we are reacting to you and we're stopping our streams every so often to talk or to take comments from people or to answer questions, that's still transformative because your original stream is not going to match our version because we're adding stuff to it. We're adding commentary, we're adding editing, we're showing pictures, we're talking to people. It's unique to us, just as your content is unique to you. So there's that. As far as FFG and getting mad at her, I think you're really angry at Frenchie because you were lazy, because you did your show, you got your footage, but instead of going straight home and posting it to your channel, as you should have done, because everybody was eager to see footage of the show, you went home, you smoked out, you went to bed. As I understand it, Foodie did not, excuse me, as I understand it, Frenchie did not post her footage until the next day. So the early bird gets the worm, Foodie. If you know that people are wanting to see that footage and you are choosing to be lazy and to procrastinate and you're not putting it out first, somebody's going to beat you to it. So I think from the sounds of it, you're angry because Frenchie put the footage out there first. Well, that's not her fault. You know, you had the footage, you should have posted it. You should have just saved the greeting out until after you posted the footage to your channel and you would have had the exclusive. But somebody else did it. So it sounds like you're angry because somebody, you know, got to the finish line before you did. What else is here? So, you know, you weren't happy about Frenchie showing up at the show. You're angry because she took footage and she gave you some time to post it first. But you got lazy and you sat on it. So she just finally posted it and now you're going to rage. Don't sit on footage no more. Just don't do it. And in regards to the fashion show and the designer that put on the fashion show, I have heard through the grapevine that the person who put on the fashion show, they took down the footage or the post regarding the fashion show and you took down your video. I don't know why. Maybe because of the bad press, I don't know. But I just thought that was interesting. So let's go over here to this live stream that happened. And Foodie's going to say something very interesting in a moment. As you can see, this is a monster. Almost 5 hours for a stream. This is ridiculous. She's not really doing much of anything, but there was one part I definitely want to capture. So let's get to this thing.
So she went, kissed your ass, and turned around and talked shit. Precisely what happened. The purple dress. Do you guys like that polka dot dress? There's times while watching Chantal making the wrong choices, I scream at the screen, look, you dumb bitch. But I have to swallow it and remember we've all made mistakes and try and be supportive. Yeah, and you guys have to realize I'm not perfect and I don't ever claim to be, you know?
Nobody's asking you to be perfect, Foodie. Nobody is asking you to be perfect. Perfect is a filter on Instagram. That's what perfect is. It's a picture in a magazine, but perfect is unattainable. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. We all have flaws. We all make mistakes. We all have oopsie moments. Nobody's asking for perfection. They just want you to be a decent person. That you can do if you wanted to do it.
I don't ever hide that I'm not perfect and I don't try to be. And I don't want to be perfect. I just want to be I'm just trying to find like my way in life, what makes me happy. And yeah, I make a lot of bad choices, but honestly, that's how I learn a lot too. All this fucking shit with Natter, I learned a lot of shit. I learned a lot of shit with that.
Oh, so question. So you've learned a lot by being around Natter, and you've learned a lot by, making bad choices. You're trying to put out this vibe of, I'm making bad choices, but I'm learning from my bad choices. So please explain to me, ma'am, if that's true, if you are learning from your bad choices, why were you at a hotel today with some random dude? Isn't that a bad choice? Because really, you should be packing right now and gearing up to get out of the villa. And you shouldn't be binging out on food like you've done a million times before. It just seems to me like you're not learning from your bad choices. That's the problem. You're not learning. You're repeating the same bad choices because you keep making the same bad choices over and over. So if you do the same bad choices over and over, that means you haven't learned and you're not interested in learning. You haven't learned, Foodie. You're not interested in learning. You look at learning as being boring. You look at adulthood as boring. That being an adult, mature female is boring. Maybe there are parts about adulthood that are boring. Maybe there are parts that are just, they're a pain in the ass, but they're necessary. You have to learn that they are necessary.
You know? Fuck. A lot. Including a lot more self-love. Not enough yet because I'm still struggling, but my problems are not just all self-love. It's a lot of it's complex.
What's going on with you is not self love. What's going on with you is self indulgence, indulging your obsessions and your addictions. That's not self love, that is self harm. You're hurting yourself by indulging in those obsessions and those addictions and keeping them fed, rather than look in the mirror and say, I've been doing this thing for 2 years. I've been indulging these impulses and addictions and obsessions for 2 years. And where am I? I'm nowhere and I'm getting nowhere. Maybe it's time to go somewhere. Maybe it's time to improve. How do I do that? I do that by making better choices. I do that by staying away from that which is bad for me. That includes people, that includes places, that includes situations that I shouldn't be involved with, that includes not indulging these harmful impulses. That's how you grow up, Foodie. That's how you mature. That's how you learn. That's how you make yourself better.
You know? We all talk like as if we know someone's struggle. We don't. That's what pisses me off. Like S Jam agreed with that. It pisses me off the most is when people think they know me, you know?
You know what your problem is, Foodie? I don't think you struggle enough. I think that's it. I don't think you struggle enough. I think you should struggle more because when you struggle with something, that's when you learn. I don't think you struggle enough. I think that you live too easy of a life where there is no struggle, there's no hard work, and that's why you're self-destructive. You don't struggle enough. Maybe if you did struggle here and there, you might grow. You might be a better person. I am of the belief that if you weren't on YouTube making the money that you do, you'd be a lot healthier. You wouldn't be able to eat fast food 3 or 4 times a day. You certainly wouldn't be able to buy wheelchairs every other day or do the green every other day. If you were just an ordinary person with an ordinary job, paying bills, paying rent, that might force you to grow up and make better choices. You couldn't indulge in your addictions and your obsessions and your impulses. You would have to have some self control just to make ends meet. So that's why I say you don't struggle enough. You need to struggle more. You're so lacking in struggle that you're unmotivated to do anything.
But again, I can't be like we all every single thing I get mad at someone else for, I can easily say that I've probably done something similar. Well, within reason. You know, can honestly say I don't beat people or I don't come on my channel proactively just talk shit about people who have done nothing to me, you know? Chasing cars. No, I don't want to put a song on right now. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yes, yes, Ham, exactly. Feta. the orange shirt with jeans and a brown short boot. I love that orange shirt. What's September 30th? How much was your last paycheck? Why would I tell you that? I want to order pot pie though. Anyways. Is she alive? That makes me really, that's sad. If people are actually wondering if Dee Dee's alive, that's scary. I love the fit and flare cuts. Yeah. See what I mean? Isn't the cut flattering? Like his cuts, the way he designs the clothes are flattering. So people talking shit are just fucking stupid. They don't know.
I will say this in regards to the person who dressed Chantal for the fashion show. Given what he had to work with, he did a really good job creating a nice look for Chantal. You know, he knew how to dress her. You know, I noticed that everything that Chantal wore, there was a lot of long dresses that went down past her knees. Everything was loose and flowing. There was nothing tight that clung to her body. He did a good job given her physique. He did a good job just creating the best possible profile for her look. You know, Chantal should take the experience of being in the fashion show and apply that to how she dresses now, I think.
Know what they're talking about. Because I get so many compliments when I go out in those dresses, even though they're like a bit, the ones I got are a bit small. I should have got a size up. Tara, welcome to Very Important Beezers, Tara. Ready, set, bees. So yeah, I was just doing something I liked, and we were just trying to promote, something positive. So that is disheartening, but yeah. So if you're happy FFG being a shit stain, then that's good for you. It's okay. You can lose the weight and fit them. You fit well. Yeah, they put me a size up, I think, at the show for a lot of stuff. The Twitters seem to think this new place is a scam and they're worried
Okay, y'all pay attention to this next part. This is important. Y'all pay attention.
you will end up homeless. Yeah, it's a real place. I've been to it many times.
That part. It's a real place. I've been there many times. She just told on herself. So you've been to this place many times, have you, Chantal? Where have you gone many times? That sounds really very sus to me. I've been to this place many times. Where have you gone a lot? Where have you gone a lot? I'm curious. Let me know.
That's a weird thing to be worried about. No? Jax, member for 5 months. I thought it was fun to see you out and about. It looked like you were having a great time. Hey, if you guys love that, there will be a lot more of that coming. Thanks, Jax. Ready, set, freebies. There will be a lot more of that. When Pete's met FFG, he's like, yeah, she doesn't hate you. She's a fan. She's a fan. My aunt, too, said that.
Carolina says, after you settle down into your new home, you have to seriously get your weight under control. The belly fat crushes all of our vital organs. You know, Caroline is not wrong. Chantal does have a lot of visceral fat. That's what they call that. When you've got fat that's essentially packed around your essential organs. That's visceral fat. And Chantal's got so much of it that her belly it's not soft and flabby. It's her belly looks completely stretched and tight, like it's hard as a rock. That's visceral fat, and that's very dangerous to one's health. But as far as her losing the weight, if she wants to lose the weight, she has to get into therapy for her eating problem, because she can sit there and eat all the healthy food she wants. and she could do a million push-ups and pull-ups and Pilates and whatever else. That takes care of the outside physical stuff. But her problem is a twofold problem. She's got her eating problem, which is in your head, and then you've got the extra weight, which is the physical. In order to be successful with losing weight, she'd have to address both at the same time. Because if you don't address both at the same time, what eventually happens is you start off with a lot of steam in your engine, and you're like, that's it. I want to lose weight. I'm going to get healthy. So you get rid of all the junk food out of your house. You start eating healthy. You might go to a gym. But then those thoughts of food start creeping up, and the urge to eat starts creeping up, and the urge to slack starts creeping up. And then you have a day where you're like, well, I can afford to cheat today. And then that one cheat day becomes all week, and then you beat yourself up because you're like, this is hopeless. I can't do this. And you just decide to not do it. That's why, for someone like Chantal, she needs treatment for her eating problem, as well as doing what she needs to do to get her weight under control.
And I'm like, hi, Norma Jean. Yeah, Sam's fupa. I hate humans. Yeah. They have this theory that you are being shown an Airbnb being rented to the landlords. Why would they have that theory?
Oh, and let me address something else. So a lot of people were thinking that perhaps that Carly Steele and her boyfriend Josh were going to let Chantal stay at their place. And they actually did a video on Carly's channel addressing that, saying, no, that's not true. That's a rumor. Uh, I took a peek at Carly's place. She's actually got a very pretty house, very very pretty. And they know Chantal's habits. I don't think that they would let Chantal stay there, knowing what a slob she is. So Carly and Josh addressed it. So that's definitely not a possibility of where Chantal's going.
Like, where's the basis on that? You know what, people? It's as if people think that I'm not. How did I make it to 38 at the way people think that I survive? Like, hi, chaperone Sherry. Did people just ever pause and I don't know. You really need to have a talk with Pete about thinking before he speaks. A wheelchair in the car. Yeah. Yes, because so I'll explain that, but I know. I wanted my aunt to try. She's also 420 friendly. I wanted her to try a wheelchair. I've always been talking about them. So, but I forgot that I didn't have any, like, I forgot to order it. So I had to in haste order it to get there. Like, before I left, it got there maybe a half hour before I left home to go pick her up for the
And I just say this about the wheelchairs. The wheelchairs are really not meant for someone like Chantal. They're meant for people who have serious terminal illnesses or serious illnesses or things wrong with them. They're not made for recreational use like that. But Chantal has pushed her tolerance level up to a point where she needs the strongest that's offered just to feel something. So since she's doing the wheelchairs, the feeling that I get from her is that she wants everybody around her to do wheelchairs. Chantal, you shouldn't be doing the wheelchair edibles. They're far too strong and it's far too much. Especially given the fact that you've got an eating problem. All they do is make you binge. And you've been gaining weight like crazy. You should not be consuming those.
show before we left. So on the way out, they leave it in my mailbox. I just went into the mailbox and brought it all with me, the whole package. It had two wheelchairs. So I gave her one, and then I had my leftover wheelchair in the car. It was unopened.
Okay, just for context, I was curious about how much these wheelchair edibles cost. So, wheelchair edibles cost about, I believe it was $75 to $100 or more per wheelchair. And Chantal said she got 2 of them. So that's 200 bucks gone right there. So again, if Chantal comes online after her move and says, I'm broke and I need money, don't nobody feel sorry for her. If she's over there spending like $100, $200 on wheelchair edibles, which she does not need, she's not broke and she doesn't need money. And please don't compensate for her stupidity, because if you do, she's going to keep on being stupid. She's got to learn at some point she needs to be smarter with her money, and people are not going to step forward to help her out or compensate her when she chooses to spend her money on stuff she does not need.
But it was with me, so that's what he meant. But he was just joking about it. But yeah, I know that's what I even said to her. I'm like, it's unopened because I know, you know, Monty is used to getting a lot of views off of you. He barely breaks 1.5 views. Don't worry about him. Karma came for his creepy ass. Now look. Yeah. They're being lazy though. That's the thing. You know, I think he's realizing, like, if you think about it, why should he be allowed to use my entire stream? He shouldn't be able to. That's not fair use. Fair use is if there's something in my stream that you want to review, like points that are worth criticizing, because they look in fair use cases, the point of the criticism, the impact of it, versus the damage to my channel. Because I'm sorry, but when you make your entire fucking channel about me, I lose views. When you make your
No, you lose views, Chantal, when you're on your channel and you're not making good content. It's just that simple. You lose views when you reach a place within yourself and outside of yourself where you just don't care. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about your audience. You don't care about the content that you put on YouTube. Everything about you these days screams, I don't care. You and Amberlynn Reed, you both experienced something very similar. She's been on YouTube for the longest, and she's had it easy just like you. You know, the two of you, you have such an easy job, if that's what you want to call it. You're in a position where you're on YouTube, and all you have to do is make videos to make money. And if you do really good videos and really good live streams, you can make more with a single live stream or a single video than most people would see if they worked an entire workday. Think about that. Just doing an hour or 2 hour live stream, and you're just sitting there, you're not putting in any hard labor, you're not sweating, you're not getting dirty, you're not exhausted. You're on YouTube and you can make really good money, and all you got to do is just come up with good content. That's all you got to do. But coming out to the reaction channels and saying we're the reason why you're losing money because we're reacting to you either while you're live streaming or after your live stream is over, you're putting the blame on us, you're pointing the finger. No, ma'am. No. And to back up that argument, let me say this. A long, long time ago, you were on your channel before Natter, and you were doing your mukbangs, and the reaction channels were covering you, and you were doing quite well. You were doing well then, and the reaction channels were around then. So here we are. We're still around, you're still around, you're losing money. Why? Because your content has gotten really, really dark and toxic and boring. And all you're focused on anymore are your obsessions and your addictions. You think that the things that you're wrapped up in, that we're wrapped up in, and we should find them interesting, and we don't. And since you got on YouTube and you are expecting other people who are not you to be interested enough to where they come back to your channel and put money in your pocket, you got to consider that your obsessions are not our obsessions. And because they're not, we find them boring. And if people find them boring, they won't watch, regardless of whether there's reaction channels around or not. You got to consider the audience and what they want and what they enjoy, Chantal. It's not all about you. You are not the only one watching you. You're not losing money because of us. You're losing money because you just don't care. And because you play copyrighted music in your live streams, you know that's a big no-no. You know the record companies are going to claim the revenue. So if you're hurting for money, why are you doing that? And let's also talk about the deleted streams. How many live streams do you delete a month? You know that's lost revenue too, right? You might get some views while the live stream's going on, but the moment you dirty delete, there's lost money from the views you could have had. So between the copyrighted stuff that you put on your streams and the dirty deleted streams, and the fact that the ones you do leave up, there's really nothing worth watching, that's why you're losing money. The reaction channels were around before, you were making money then, so how can you blame us now? After so long, how can you blame us now?
Your entire, not just about me. You can make your entire channel about me. That's different. But don't use my entire content. Like, that's not fair. FFG talked mad shit about your aunt. Well, she's a piece of shit for doing that.
I'll tell you what's not fair, Chantal. You having a channel, breaking terms of service, coming online, flashing parts of your body that we don't need to see, that minors don't need to see here, and YouTube won't cancel you. That's not fair. You coming on camera and doing self-harm content, and YouTube allows that, that's not fair. It's not fair when other channels who haven't done even half of what you've done, they've had their channels taken away and yours is still here. And that also goes for Natter. Him over there flashing his green peen and Didi over there giving him a handy, and that channel didn't get canceled. That's not fair. So while you're screaming over there about what's not fair, consider what you've done and what he's done, and the fact that the two of you are still here. God knows why.
That's what I'm saying. How am I vile?
You are.
1 minute I'm vile, and those same people will support someone talking shit about someone's family member. Okay. He's the ultimate laziest. Yep. He just sits there like this. Okay, Foodie Beauty. Sure, Jan. Sure, Jan, make your own content. Make your own content. I know you hate me. You can hate me, but that doesn't change the fact that you're fucking wrong. What you're doing is not fair. Plain and simple. Now that your life is balancing out more, they're scrambling for drama to keep people from looking more at their own behavior. He sits there and looks at Veronica's fart films. Veronica, wait, somebody has fart films? Ugliest coach hat. I understand he's not. Nail his ass.
Let's not forget that Foodie did some shorts revolving around farts. And she talked about doing that kind of content on her OnlyFans.
Teach him a lesson. I will. I will if I have to. I will try anyway. I mean, he does it. He knows his rights. He does videos with comments off now, and he criticizes me. All her comments, like, look how the tables have turned, buddy. Hi, Diego. The one who's convinced that you are copying her entire persona. I don't even know this person exists, and I'm copying their persona. Hi, Sav. Cake fart Thursday Lane simp. Jacqueline, welcome to Very Important Bees. Where you ship bees. Your connection is unstable. It's not the only thing unstable here. Oh my god, Marge farted again. Marge! Eek! Whenever you say Marge, it sounds like you're squeezing out a big shit. Where's Applebee's? A crackhead jack-o'-lantern. I think so. Sofa King is probably not going to enter until he. While SJM's here. Make the casserole. You're going to grow on Sofa because you are the male version of me. It's just going to happen. FFG and Charlie Gold. Should I eat soup? What kind is it? Corn chowder? Wiener, 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 wiener. The urinal's in a tornado. Somebody said that to me in a fucking DM. The urinal's after a hurricane. They sent me a huge list of why, when I was in love with him at the time, why I should not be with him. It's like, I don't understand why you would want to be with a guy who did all this shit and then listed a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, wow. And then at the end, they were like, and on top of that, his mouth looks like a fucking urinal, set of urinals after a hurricane. And I was just fucking died. I don't know. Kaya? I don't know. Every time I tune in, I just see like I feel claustrophobic watching her because it looks like she's in a small corner. And then I just see my head on the screen and then I just see all right, so what we have to talk about here.
So there she is making fun of Kaya. Kaya is a great person. I love watching Kaya streams. And I must say, Kaya, I'm in love with Beatrice. I like all your dogs, but I love Beatrice and her little ears that perk up. She's so cute.
I don't know. Why did you say shed? You're the one who said that. I want to get a tiny house and live in a shed. They're cheap. She's so boring in that shed. What?
So here she is shaming Kaya for where she lives. This person who says, I don't shame anybody. I don't pick on anybody. She's picking on Kaya right now. Kaya is happy. She's got her dogs. She's productive. She's living a much better quality of life than Foodie, even though Foodie might make a bit more money. And you know what anybody can take away from that, Foodie? Looking at you, you are the living, breathing definition of the old saying, money doesn't buy happiness. You are. You're the living, breathing definition of that saying, that money can't buy happiness, and money doesn't mean happiness because you got money, but that's all you have. It also reminds me of a picture or a meme that I saw online years ago that said, some people are so broke, all they have is money. That's you too. All you have is money. You don't have anything else but money. And you are miserable to the point where you have to constantly distract yourself with how unhappy you are, how lacking in happiness you actually are.
Oh my god. CJ said that he didn't like that you would go on his panel, say one thing, and then come on here and say the opposite. I didn't. What did I do that? When did I do that? I told him he's full of shit and now I'm blocked. He would ask me if I talked to Natter like recently, and then like at the time he asked me, no, I hadn't. Chantal.
This person, Louise, is attacking Kaya in the chat. I don't like it. Louise says, do you think Kaya is on drugs? She streams at very weird hours. No, Kaya is not on drugs. She is not. She's just a late night owl and she does her streams late at night. Kaya works. She has a job and so she streams at night. But just because she streams at night doesn't mean she's on drugs. It just means she's a night owl. And a lot of people enjoy her streams.
That's Jam, stop! That's really bad. You're a regular, Chantal. Every single time I fucking go on Uber Eats, you're a regular. Skip. I know I'm a regular. Stop it. You make me feel fucking bad, not better. You think people are going to feel good about that? You're a regular. No, they don't. They feel guilty. You're a regular. You're a fucking partner. Feel good. Do, 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 do.
Oh no, please don't disrespect the gorilla song. I love that song.
Do, do.
Don't do it. Stop.
Windmill full of that.
I love that song. Don't sing it.
That I won't judge her for, but I'm just making fun of the. I don't have anything against her, honestly. I don't care. My mom, she had a friend come with her. I told my mom she didn't have to come because she has to work, get up at 5 a.m. the next day. So I asked my aunt to come instead, crotch noir. And my mom felt really bad about not coming, actually. So yeah, nice try. Fuck that word, Jasmine. There's another Norma. Chantal. By the looks of Kaya's place, she hardly has a pot to piss in, let alone suing.
Why is everybody so focused on Kaya and where she lives? Let the girl alone. Let her live where she wants to live. She's happy. Why is everybody like house shaming or property shaming? And how can they do that to Kaya when they're looking at Chantal, the state of the villa that Chantal lives in? Kaya has a small place, big deal. But I'm sure she doesn't have box mount 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 around her house, and moldy pots and crusty food and food debris everywhere and bags of trash on her patio. How can anybody in her chat pick on Kaya when they look at Chantal and all of her debris? I don't understand that.
Yeah, we're not place shaming, but
there is, you know what? No. There is no but. There is no but. Either you're shaming or you're not. There's no middle of the fence, Chantal. Oh. Oh, the freeze game is on point. Hold on a second. That is a good thumbnail. That right there. That's a great thumbnail. I'm using that. Thank you, Chantal. You look lovely in that picture. I'm just saving that for later. But going back to my point, which was either you're shaming somebody for where they live or you're not. There is no but. There is no, with the exception, there is no but. And Chantal, given that you're not in your place right now, you shouldn't be shaming anybody. Kaya has her place to live. You don't. You don't have a place to live right now. You're in transition. Even if you were living in a mansion, you still don't have the right to shame somebody for where they live. Okay?
FFG didn't go to support. She wanted to be an ass and make you nervous and probably heckle, but she didn't have the balls to say or do shit.
Neither did you. She was right in front of you. You could have said whatever it is you wanted to say. You chickened out. You are a coward. You'll sit there and you'll go off in your community post. Here it is. Look, right here. You said all this in a community post, but you had the moment where you could have said what you wanted to say to Frenchie and you didn't open your mouth, you big coward.
She actually was cheering me on. Saw the fuck. Biryani rice. Yes, I have. Chantal never had whole pizza in Gatineau. What? Did you, S Jam? Well, when we're talking about suing, it's money. True, S Jam. S Jam, the one you ate twice because you barfed the whole thing up. What?
What?
Apparently only pops up in chat. She was talking shit right after the show. Mm-hmm. Them hate. That's what I'm saying. Like, they will just eventually all out themselves because, like, yeah. And honestly, I'm learning about myself that I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. And yes, thanks, Dea. Chantal, bottom line is she's a miserable person who passes judgment on people who she doesn't even know. S-Jam! Ready, set, be, Chantal. Ready, set, rebees, S-Jam. S-Jam's been a beezer for a long time. Remember all that money you threw my way, girl? Wouldn't be buying any Gucci bag without you. Yeah. I've been learning about boundaries. Yeah, me too, like a lot. And then you have... So cool, some of the stuff, eh? On the holiday, Swiss Chalet has a holiday special. Baked potato with sour cream.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is your live stream, Chantal. You can talk about anything you want, and you always spend most of the time talking about food. You are food obsessed. You need to correct this. Like, always talking about food and not even doing it in a way to where you're cooking something and explaining a dish or anything. Just talking about, you're obsessed with food. Obsessed.
Instead of put in. This is several events. Somewhat true, I guess. Why am I doing an online test? I've been avoiding things like places people are fucking stupid. Why are we doing a diagnostic PTSD test? I've been avoiding things like places, people, or events that...
So here she is trying to diagnose whether she has PTSD. You need to go to a professional for something like that, for a true diagnosis, not through an online test.
make me think about the trauma. Where's my stuff? Hi, sweet. Hi. Not even noticed. How is he critiquing you? Exactly. I heard him say that. Yeah, my cat goes to my neighbors and spends like a whole day there. And you're going to talk about my fucking cat care? Shut the fuck up. Monty, you need to shut the fuck up. Hypocrite. God, doesn't learn. Oh, and also, you have your comments off. Why? Because you can't handle the heat, right? Get a life. All these people criticizing me. Worse. More proof.
Oh, there we go.
And threw in the snow and laughed at the cat. That's mean. I would kick him in the fucking balls. If he did that to my cat. But you notice, ever since that happened and he threatened Pete's, I never let him the fuck back over here. That's for sure. No.
That we know of.
No, I did not.
Yeah, but you were also talking about moving in with him. So how are you going to keep your cat safe if you moved in with him?
No, I did not. No, sir. My family stays safe. Fuck you. That was the last time he set foot in the villa. The minute he threatened Peeps and swatted at BBJ.
But you said he didn't do that. And while we're on the subject of BBJ, I'm just going to remind everybody of what Pete's did. BBJ has dental problems. She does have dental problems. She should be going to the vet to get oral surgery, and Chantal won't take her. She refuses to take her to have her treated. Pete was over there grabbing onto her face. Yeah, he did that. You know that had to hurt her if she has dental problems because her teeth hurt.
Buddy. What restaurant does everyone despise that you would never eat? Oh boy.
Okay, guys, you know what? Chantal's about to eat. I don't know if she's going to say anything important. Probably not. We got enough of that. Let's go on to the comments. I don't want to watch her eat. Just not a fan of that. Sports Bob says watching her just throw garbage on her floor is mind blowing. It's not mind blowing to me. Her throwing food or whatever else on the floor, that's just normal behavior for her. She's savage like that. She's just a beast. She she's going to be moving out of the place soon, allegedly. So I would think she'd want to clean things up, not make things messy. And if she's throwing food on the floor, that means she has no intention of cleaning up before they move. So whoever's going to come in there to clean the place out, I feel bad for them because they're going to have a hell of a mess on their hands. Olivia says, I am baffled. She thinks she is entertaining. Is it burps, farts, talking with a mouthful of food, picking her nose, greening out, showing her disfigured body parts, raging? That's the entertainment part. Well, as I said, Chantal is so wrapped into her obsessions and addictions. She honestly believes that what she loves and what she enjoys, the audience is also into and they enjoy, and that's not the case, as evidenced by her lack of views and lack of super chats. Because if the audience were as invested in her obsessions and addictions as she is, the money would be a lot greater. But she just wants to wrap herself in what she enjoys, and she wants to ignore the signs that the people, the ones that are giving her money, they are saying by the lack of views, we're not enjoying your content. She doesn't care. She just wants to indulge in everything she indulges in and not stop. Uh, Tide T-Bay says the mess around her is scary. Well, that's her normal environment. Barracuda says when a person has multiple containers of rotting food in their bedroom, they need to be committed to a caretaking facility. Seriously, this is unhealthy, abnormal behavior. She certainly won't be able to keep the next dwelling clean. She's lazy now, and she will still be lazy when she moves. Being an adult includes doing things even when you don't feel like it. We must do things to keep our homes healthy and safe because we need to, not because we want to. The same goes for Pete's. Either hire someone to do it or actually go to therapy and be honest with your therapist. I've never seen such filth. Yeah, if she plans on being a different person when she moves, she needs to start now. She needs to start cultivating some healthy habits now. That way, when she gets to wherever she's going, she can put those into play. But thinking she's going to be a different person just because she moves into a new building, it ain't going to happen. She's going to carry all of her bad habits with her. Kelly says, imagine having one life to live and this is what you do with it. You literally have all day, every day, do whatever you want, completely funded by random people, and every day you mostly choose to do nothing. Stop being mad at everyone else when at the end of the day, your biggest problem is you. Great statement. You know, Chantal, she thinks that everybody looks at her and they're shaming her for her weight. That's what makes us the most mad at her. What makes us mad at Chantal is her vile behavior, her being completely offensive. But also, here's someone on YouTube making good money, and she could have the best life ever and make killer content. But here's this person that fortune smiled upon at one time. And they said, here, we're going to lead you to YouTube, which is going to lead you to a channel, which is going to lead to you making good money. You have all the tools and resources and money you need to have the best life ever. And fortune was wasted on this woman. It could have gone to somebody else who would have appreciated it. and live life to the fullest. Sierra says 4 hours of nothing again, and I thought I had a boring life. Well, this is her content anymore. Mermaid Tail says, with the money you so easily make without actually having to work, you think you wouldn't be such a raging, unhappy, miserable person. Well, as I said, she's a living, breathing definition of money does not buy happiness. And apparently it doesn't buy love either. The two things that Chantal wants very desperately. Nab says, I'm just doing whatever I feel like doing today. When is this not the case? When you're too poor to afford what you feel like doing? Chantal, in my opinion, would be a lot healthier if she didn't have the YouTube money. The fact that she has so much, that's how she's able to go overboard and indulge. If she just had a regular man's paycheck, she wouldn't be able to buy the edibles. She wouldn't be able to buy the fast food. It would slow her down from gaining so much weight so rapidly. She might actually take care of her health then, maybe a little bit. Let's see. Millisecond says, makes sense, woman. If you have to save yourself right now, why would you move to a more expensive house when you're already struggling for money? A bigger house when you can't keep up with the one you're currently in. Make absolutely no sense. Honest opinion, I think she's choosing a more expensive place because she is trying desperately to get Nader to live there with her. Nader went from the trap house to the condo. So what's better than a condo? A fully furnished, bigger house with a nice kitchen that he can do his cooking lives in. That might be the thing to tempt Nader away from Didi. I mean, I don't know for sure, but Nader is very self-serving, much like Chantal. So since he's over there on his channel and he's not making much money, and I don't know for sure, but I've heard that Didi lost her job, which means she might not be able to hold on to the condo if he has to move and he has no money and he has no job. Who do you think he's going to move in with? Where can he move to, Chantal? And she might use a big house with all the trimmings to tempt him away. And she might actually get what she wants. Although I don't think she's going to like it if she gets it. Baseball says almost 5 hours of no content. Nope, no way I would watch all that. This one lonely woman who has only a few, doggone it. I hate when that happens. Just, sorry about that. There we go. This one lonely woman who has only a few online beezing friends who she really doesn't know, plus they make fun of her when she isn't on camera, leaves camera on in the car while she shops or whatever, such close friends. The people in her chat are not her friends. They are just viewers, you know. They're not someone that knows her personally. And even if Chantal had close friends, they'd be gone by now because we've seen the way she treats her friends. She doesn't have friends. She has yes men. She wants everybody to be a yes man. Let's see. Natalie says you can see the flies and gnats buzzing around the trash. Chantal, come on. This can't feel good. What would you need to be set up for success? Who can you reach out to? Chantal has money. She's got resources. If she wanted any kind of help for anything, all she has to do is reach out. All she has to do is do a little homework and put things in play, and her life would be a lot different. She's not interested in help. She's not interested in change. She's interested in continuing the way that she's been continuing, and that's just it. Hey, it's Steve says the rapid descent into madness on full display in all its glory. Something big is about to happen. It isn't anything good. She's in trouble. I don't know if that's true, but again, this is a wait and see situation, so we'll just wait and see. But the feeling that I'm getting from Chantal anymore is that this feels like a last hurrah. Like wherever she's going, she knows that severe changes have to be made. So she's just indulging while she still can. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Let's see. Marco says that chewing on the side of her mouth and sounding stuffy are signs of cola use. She's never left it alone. I know because I'm a recovering addict. I can't say for sure what she's doing over there, but she can stream for hours every day. She's got the energy for that. She's not getting the energy from healthy eating. We know that for sure. And in moments when she's not eating, you have to wonder why. Like what's keeping her away from the food? What is out there that can give somebody an endless amount of energy, make them talkative? Uh, if they got an eating problem, keep them away from food. It's got to be something pretty powerful. So my thoughts are going towards something that's cola or something like cola, a powerful stimulant that cuts her thoughts of food out. Let's see next. Uh, Spirally Branches says, if you have no job security, why not apply for a normal job? I'll tell you why, because she'd never be able to do a normal job. She can barely stand up. She had a hard time just walking across the catwalk at the fashion show. Plus, she's got a nasty personality. Being on YouTube for this long has spoiled her. She would not know how to deal with the real world or people in it. She wouldn't know how to be nice to people. She would be a nightmare to work with. Nightmare. I wouldn't wish that on any business. Employing Chantal. That wouldn't last long at all. Let's see. Everybody's saying that her new place is a scam. I don't know. But she did make that interesting comment of, I've been there many times. So is it somebody she knows? Is it a friend of hers? Natters? But she did let it slip. She's been there many times. So take from that what you will. So that's it for this React video. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here and post it to my channel. Hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. And I'm going to go see if Chantal's done anything else. Thank you all for being here with me and watching this video with me. Please take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.